And we're continuing to monitor Hurricane Francine as the Category 1 storm lashes Louisiana tonight. That eye of the storm has New Orleans in its bullseye. It's expected to make a direct hit in the next few hours after making landfall a little bit earlier as a Category 2. Now, people are already dealing with heavy flooding and strong winds that could lead to life-threatening conditions, including possible tornadoes. More than 100,000 people in total are without power in that entire region. Meanwhile, more than 2,300 Louisiana National Guardsmen are standing by to help areas affected by the storm, and a state of emergency is in effect for both Louisiana and Mississippi. Let's check in once again with NBC News meteorologist Bill Karins. Bill, what kind of impacts are people seeing tonight, and what are we going to see as the morning comes?
Yeah, we're still in a life-threatening situation. I mean, we have to deal with possible nighttime tornadoes. The winds are going to start coming down, but we still got damage being done. I have seen some pictures from where it made landfall, and I have seen some roofs destroyed. I've seen brick building that was toppled over. So there has been some significant, even structural damage, and that's what you'd expect with a Category 2 at landfall. So the winds are weakening, but I kind of noticed over the last hour or two, it's not moving north as fast as it was, stalled out a little bit here, and that has produced some tremendous rainfall totals. Also, we're starting to get a couple tornado warnings. One is just outside. Here's Slidell, so this is Lake Pontchartrain. New Orleans is off the map down here. There is one tornado warning just to the east, just to the west of Slidell. So, here you are. The winds are howling, it's pouring rain, and then the tornado sirens are going off, too, and all the alerts on your phone. So it's going to be one of those evenings throughout this region. So the rainfall is starting to be a problem. Already 3 inches at the International Airport. This map shows you, we get the orange is 5 inches, the red, the brownish color here is 7 inches. Already 7 inches of rain. Flash flood warnings are covering this region, and it's been pouring the last couple hours. The considerable threat here for areas just south of Interstate 10. So Thibodeau, also Del Almonds, that's the area where we've had estimates of up to 9 inches of rain. So it's pouring in this spot, too. Here's a closer look at some of the wind gusts. Well, they haven't really increased much. I'm actually hopeful that as the storm weakens, even as it's getting closer to New Orleans, its winds are not going to be quite as strong. In New Orleans, you have about 2 more hours in the intense stuff, and then it will begin to let up. So 55 there. Home was back up. That gauge was, that observation site was down. Now it's back up at 58. Baton Rouge, you're at 45. So I guess flash flooding is probably the #1 concern right now. During the overnight hours, we'll continue to watch the threat of tornadoes. So again, New Orleans, another couple hours. These rain totals, I may have to up them. We're already at 3. I thought we'd get as high as maybe 6. Wind gusts, we've had about 59, so that's been in the range. No isolated tornadoes so far in areas of eastern Louisiana. And Baton Rouge, kind of the same story. And here's all those flash flood warnings we mentioned, Gotti. That's probably the #1 life-threatening situation right now. If everyone's staying home, hopefully the water's staying out of their homes. But now it's dark, so now it's hard to get that information. It'll be one of those things where we wake up in the morning and we'll see the pictures and see, hopefully, maybe it wasn't that bad, or, unfortunately, in some cases, maybe it was.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't. Bill, I do have a question. I'm not an expert at reading Doppler, but, sometimes with hurricanes, you see, you've got the strong side and then you've got the weak side. In this Doppler, and all the images that I've seen so far, this doesn't seem like it has a backside. Is that correct, or is that just not what it's reading?
This is common with storms, especially if they've been near dry air. So this storm had a lot of dry air when it was near Texas and Mexico. So there's a lot of dry air moving in behind it. So it also sucks that air in. So the front side of it is healthy. That's the tropical air. But the bottom side has sucked a lot of dry air in. So that's why, once the storm gets to you, it's done. I mean, there's some gusty winds on the backside, but nothing like the front side. So there's no backside to this. So once New Orleans is out of this in an hour or two, everyone obviously stay off the road so they can clean things up. But tomorrow morning should be completely fine. That's when all the heavy rain will be up more in Mississippi.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.